Well, good evening and welcome back. Cumberland Outdoorsman here with you again, and let me just start by saying Happy New Year to y'all. Let's hope that the next year will be better than the last year. 2020 was rough for everybody worldwide, and my heart goes out to those that suffered, especially from this pandemic, but also from other things, you know, the financial loss and other diseases that plagued us that made the pandemic even worse. So here's hoping for a better year. And I don't know what's going to happen politically and everything else, but you know, I'm going to keep my hopes up and not let it get me down. But what we've got this evening is a quick little recipe. The other evening we went to my daughter's house and they gave me this for a Christmas present. This is a venison cookbook by Kate Fiducia, which I think her husband's a renowned deer hunter. And there's several recipes in here that I'm very tempted to try out. But we're going to put this aside for right now. And I'm going to bring you something that I started doing a few years ago with some leftover roast venison that that always kind of hung around in the refrigerator. So, you know, if you've had the roast for a day or two and you've still got some leftover meat, here's a quick little recipe that I think you'll find enjoyable. So stay with me here and I'll show you just what I'm talking about. Okay, we're going to start out by putting some flour. This is regular bread flour, probably is a little bit better, into a plastic bag like this. And then we're going to add some spices and a few other things before we add the meat. Okay, once you got your flour in there, you want about that much there. It's probably what, about a cup maybe. We're going to add some of this rotisserie chicken mix and some of this seasoned coating mix. This is for pork chops, but we're going to use it with venison. So I'm going to open one of these packages. Put that right in there on top of our flour. See, I put that mix right there on top of the flour. And then I'm going to add some of this rotisserie mix. And that's plenty right there. Just a couple of tablespoons. Close it up for now. And right here I'm going to go ahead and add my Crisco. You can use olive oil if you'd like, but for this video we're going to use this Crisco. Okay, butter flavored Crisco. Put about 4 of these spoonfuls in your skillet because you want a nice pool of shortening in there to put your meat in so that it's saturated. And then this is my roast here. This is a leftover roast. What I want to do is just roll the meat around inside the juices here so that our seasoning and breading there will stick to the meat. Okay? Not much left, but enough for this little recipe. Put my cutting board down here. Get you a good sharp knife. Be sure not to let the meat fall apart. You know, you want chunks about like that right there. That's the kind of chunks you want. Okay, now we're going to mix up all this stuff in the bag really good. And I'm just going to drop the meat into this mix. You see I got all my venison chunks there inside the bag. I just close the bag and just shake all that up real good. And we're going to drop it into the grease. Okay, as this is frying, you want to turn them, make sure you get all sides. You want it nice and crispy on the outside, but retain all the juiciness and moisture on the inside. Don't grab them too hard because they're so tender they'll just fall apart. Turn them over. We'll let these go a little bit longer and then get ready to get these out. Okay, when they've cooked for a while, this half here has been in a little bit longer than the other side. But you can tell when they're done, when they look like that. You want them nice and light, crispy on the outside. Try not to squeeze them because they're so tender. Just enough to pick them up. That's perfect right there. You want to lay them on a paper plate with paper towels to soak up the shortening. Okay, next I'm going to add some butter. That's plenty right there. Let that melt. I'll take what's left over of my roast with the potatoes and put it right in there on that hot butter. There's still a little bit of meat that's falling apart, but this will be kind of like a hash, more or less. Okay, once everything's cooked and done, you can add anything you want to it, but we're going to have some baked beans and some fried apples with this. Get our chicken fried venison roast here. I love fried apples. They go good with just so many different meals. Then we're going to add our baked beans. And there you have it, folks. That'll make a fine little supper. Well, listen, next time y'all have some roast left over, doesn't have to be venison, but I just use this because I've had a venison roast the other day. And instead of throwing it out or giving it to the dog or whatever because you don't want any more of it, try this little recipe. This will really spice it up. Give it a little taste test here. Here's one of those golden brown nuggets. Boy, that's tender. You know the meat's going to be tender already because it's already been roasted. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have me a fine meal with my family. So remember, all it takes is a little bit of creativity and you can make delicious dishes out of these wild recipes like this. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. And remember, if you can get outdoors and you like to go hiking, hunting, fishing, shooting, camping, whatever it is, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And until next time, be sure to hit the like button, smash the bell icon, and subscribe. That way you'll know when more videos like this will be coming your way. So until next time, folks, y'all stay safe out there, take care of one another, and enjoy the great outdoors. I'll see you.